What's up everyone, my name is Vortlas and welcome back for some more SimRacing. As you can see today we are back on Automobilista and yeah, today is going to be quite an interesting one. Probably already noticed that we're not driving just about anything, but we're driving a truck. Yes, we are back on the trucks, Formula truck here on AMS, and yeah, we're driving, or at least we're trying to drive it around Bathurst. So the plan is to kind of get these almost 5,000 kilograms weighing beasts up and down the mountain, and try and do that for about 5 times. Yeah, and try most likely do that without crashing, as we have a little bit of a drift there. From the practice I had with this combination, I can tell drifting a truck up and definitely down the mountain is not a good idea, but yeah, I think you don't really have to be a genius to know that. Ooh, understeering! A lot of understeer through there. These trucks are yeah, quite a handful to drive. They definitely are. Coming up the mountain, you shouldn't have too many problems. But that's, yeah, with kind of every car you drive on Bathurst. Coming up the mountain is not that big of a deal. It's going down the mountain which is the most tricky part. And yeah, with a vehicle like this, where kind of all the weight, most of the weight is shifted to the back. A little bit of contact with the wall there. Yeah, with all the weight shifted to the back, coming down the mountain will definitely be even more of a challenge. As you have the weight and kind of gravity against you. So yeah, that's definitely a tricky bit. Can't really pass right now. Whoops, I miscalculated that one. But yeah, here a lot of speed through here, and then to the kink. Really easy to understeer just into the gravel there, and the most tricky thing is to get it stopped for this corner. I have forgotten how it's called. That's quite a famous corner, so yeah, locking up is definitely a thing here with the trucks. Trying to get them stopped is a huge deal. As you can see, the AI is failing to do so because of the weight. These trucks are so easily locking up their wheels, and yeah, once you get it locked, you're almost kind of a passenger. And the thing we saw there, the truck going off, crashing into the wall, and kind of waiting to rejoin. That's one of the yeah, more recent additions these studios have put in Automobilista. And you know, it's really nice because obviously when they rejoin right after they crashed, they're gonna be in traffic and cause accidents and all that. But yeah, I kind of wait for a gap to rejoin, and yeah, it's definitely a good thing. Otherwise, we most likely would have crashed into that truck rejoining. So yeah, good work, Reese Studios. That means we can suffer a little bit more here on the mountain. Oof. Again, big understeer through there. That's kind of the second time we understeered almost into the wall there. So definitely gonna have to be mindful for that. Working the wheel a lot, but we are making progress. So down the inside here, running a little bit wide, trying to keep the momentum going. But dirty wheels, and that definitely affects how the car behaves, or the truck behaves. Yeah, as you can see, the AI is definitely not 100% comfortable around here, but it's basically not surprising considering the kind of unnaturalness of this combination. But I don't know, sometimes, somehow, I mean, it just works. They can understeer of the track indeed, as we saw a couple times, and definitely the kind of last corner coming down the mountain here on this back straight piece of road here. Yeah, they most likely will understeer into the wall, but I don't really mind actually. It's still just a lot of fun to drive these trucks on Mount Panorama with the AI. And as I said, somehow it works. It feels good, feels natural, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, really. The trucks are always good fun. I always enjoyed kind of running these trucks on tracks that they basically don't belong on. So I have a video as well, the trucks on the Nordschleife. That's also kind of an interesting combination. If you like that, I'm going to leave that into the description so you can check it out if you want to. But you know, I just enjoy racing these trucks around, you know, tracks they don't belong to. Tricky trucks on tricky tracks. That's what I do. But yeah, it's been quite a while since I've driven these trucks, and it's just good to be back in the trucks. And yeah, I kind of lately rediscovered a lot of Automobilista's kind of vanilla content. For example, the Formula V as well. It's a great little car that definitely doesn't get enough love, or at least not from me. And definitely gonna drive that one more in the future, as well as the Coppa Montana. If you kind of have the right track, you really can have some awesome races with these two cars. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. And Automobilista is really the sim that keeps on giving, and that I can't get enough of. So kudos Riza Studios, thanks for that. And also the Formula truck here as well. This is one of those vehicles that is yeah, that you're never gonna see as base content in any sim. You know, it's just fun that Riza puts that in, and kind of it's like, what the heck, this was a DLC, so people have had to pay for it. Not a lot of people will probably have been waiting around for a Formula Truck DLC, but you know, they just do it, and it works, and it's fun, and it's enjoyable, and it's, you know, something different than the kind of 5th GT3 car pack you're gonna see. And that's what makes Automobilista so unique. And it's not only the Formula truck. Look what they did with the Aussie racing car Camaro. That was, I think that was DLC, or I think that was free actually. But it doesn't really matter. Anyway, it's time and resources they put into it, and it's a unique car. It's definitely not sure that everyone will like it. And it's not just the safe choice they choose, it's kind of the original side of things, and that's what makes it so interesting, in my opinion. Driving the Aussie racing cars as well, for example, around here on Bathurst, is really enjoyable. Or for example, the Stadium Super Trucks is definitely a very good example of that. That's you're never gonna see that as base content in any sim, and yeah, Riza just puts it in and see what happens, and that's a mentality I really like, and that's something I really enjoy about Automobilista, because oh man, the Stadium Super Trucks, they are wild. They are some of the most enjoyable things I've ever driven in a sim, and definitely love that aspect here of Automobilista. So in the meantime, we gained some positions here, kind of latched on the back of this yellow truck, And we are driving a flat nose truck. There are probably a 2 or something like that non-flat trucks, flat nose trucks. Wow. Here on Automobilista. But here in Europe we are driving flat-nosed trucks, and yeah, that's what we do here as well. The flat-nosed trucks are quite interesting because you're so high on, into the driver's seat. It's always kind of surprising how close you can really get to another car or another truck in this case, because yeah, you always expect there to be a nose in front of you, but yeah, obviously in this case that's not how it works, and yeah, it's just always surprising how close you really can get to the other trucks without hitting them, and that's really an interesting thing as well. And in the meantime, we're on the last lap here. A little bit about the mod as well. Obviously, this is Bathurst. I've downloaded this from from the Automobilista Track Mega Pack. I'm gonna leave that in the description as well if I'm not forgetting. Yeah, for Bathurst, there's actually 2 understeer, big understeer. For the Bathurst, there's actually 2 versions. There's the regular version, and then there's the kind of max detail version. The max detail version is the one we are driving on right now, and you can really see the difference between the max detail version and the regular version. So the max detail version is surprisingly more detailed. And yeah, you can really see the difference in graphical quality. I suppose this should have an impact on how the game runs. I really haven't gotten any issues with running this max detailed version. I have to say I'm not running Automobilista on full graphical settings as well. Oh no! We kind of spun it here, and this is awkward. Definitely on the last lap. Was too busy talking and not concentrating. So, as I was saying, the max detail version doesn't definitely on my system have a big impact on performance. I'm getting 60 frames per second. And my PC is definitely not the best one out there, so I think you won't have any issues. Definitely just try it, and yeah, it's just a lot more fun to drive the max detail version with better graphics and all that. So yeah, but otherwise, locking up big time. It's very nicely done mod, and definitely one of the best track mods for Automobilista. Yeah, it's next to perfect. Such a big track to model, and such a different kind of track. It's just very well done, and definitely kudos to the people behind this mod. So that was it. Little bit of stupid thing there at the end on the mountain, binning it, but yeah, had a lot of fun. Anyways, this combination is a lot of fun. As I said, mod link will be in the description, so you can check it out yourself. Truck is obviously DLC, so yeah, you have to look into it if you want it or not. But that's gonna be it for now. Thanks for watching. Definitely leave a like if you enjoyed, and yeah, subscribe for more videos on Automobilista and other other sim racing content. I'll see you later.